Hey guys, welcome back to another Scruffy the Gamer episode. I am actually here to do my November haul. It is actually November 29th, so I am doing this a tad bit early because I just know I'm not going to be able to do any more hunting, any more shopping. We just currently had a snowstorm, and unfortunately, that has kind of shut down a lot of the stores that I go to, and I just kind of ran out of money at the same time. So we are going to get into this, and as normal, we're going to do the non-actual physical video games, but actually do like the magazines, the controllers. I do have a few plush that we're going to talk about, so let's get started, and hopefully you guys will enjoy this video. So the first two things I actually picked up, apologize, are this blue Yoshi, very cute, and then I got this little like almost keychain like thing of a purple Yoshi. So these are my two plushies. I think this was like $1, maybe 50 cents. This was $1.20 at Goodwill. So really glad to get those. I do have a few controllers. This first one being a green PlayStation 2, I believe. DualShock PlayStation 2. I still do not have a PlayStation 2, but this is my second one in the last 2 months. So I am set for controllers and ready to play. I just got to find the system. And then I also found these two Power A's. This one, I believe they're called Power A controllers. This one is Mario. And I also picked up this Pikachu one. I know my son absolutely loves my cordless Pikachu, and has been wanting to get one from his own. So as soon as I can get this, buy a cord and make sure this works, it will be his. So when we play Switch, he can play with that one. So also picked up quite a few strategy guides and other like video game related books. This first one is the Diablo 2 strategy guide. This one is by Brady Games. I believe this is for the computer. I'll take pretty much anything I can get in the way of strategy guides, and I absolutely loved. I played and absolutely loved the last Diablo. I would love to play these other ones to see how they work and whether they're any good. So I also got this hardcover book, which is Five Nights at Freddy's Official Character Encyclopedia. I think I ended up picking this up at a Goodwill for like $1, maybe $2, but it is a hardcover, and it does have literally an encyclopedia on every character in Five Nights at Freddy's. So not really a official strategy guide or anything like that, but it does give you a little bio on each character, and I like that. I think that's enjoyable. I'll definitely give it a chance to read it. So I ended up picking up this Brady Games Grand Theft Auto San Andreas guidebook, and it also came with these local business San Andreas advertisement guide. Very, very cool. I think same thing. I ended up picking this up for like $2. Inside was the local business guide. So, got this one at a local comic book store. It is Gears of War 4. So now I have the game, I have the collector's edition, and now I've got the strategy guide. I think this was like $5 at a local comic book store and video game store. So I also picked up this one, Harvest Moon, Hero of Leaf Valley. This was $2 at a Goodwill. I was actually so glad to find this, and take this. This is for the, I believe, PlayStation. This is for the PSP and the PlayStation. So really glad to get that. And I don't think I've ever played any of the Harvest Moon games, but to actually see the strategy guide and all that stuff, and to go through it and look at the the character bios and the maps and stuff, it should be a lot of fun. So, I do have one last one, and this one I was super happy to find it. I know I paid a little for this, about $10, and that is Star Wars Shadows of the Empire strategy guide. This is for the 64. Has armed with mission maps and all that stuff. So really, really cool. I love this game. It is a hard game. I've never actually beat it, but I always have a hard time beating the ATSD. So, but still, very, very cool. All right. Well, we have a few things we're going to go through. The first is a Wii game, only one I actually got, which was Star Wars 3, The Clone Wars. Now it is complete, and it was like $2. Nothing really special. I love the Lego games, and obviously a huge Star Wars fan, so had to grab that. And this one was just kind of a weird oddity. So I figured, why not? I'll eventually watch it one of these days, but it is the making of Madden NFL. And this is just talking about the history of the Madden games and how they supposedly keep them fresh, the things that they've done over the years. And it's just really, really cool. I do not know what this came with. If it came with like a special edition, if it came with if it was like a promo that if you pre-ordered it, you got this video. I have no clue. It is made by Spike TV, which, if you remember, Spike TV was a big thing when I was probably in my 20s. And yeah, it looks very interesting. So, a little documentary on Madden NFL. I also picked up 2 PC games. The first one being Mystic 3. I don't know too much about this. I know this got a PS2 and original Xbox treatment. So if I can find one of those, I will play it. But for right now, I have this and see if it'll work on my computer. The other one I have is Pac-Man Adventures in Time. This one was, I think, like $2 at a local Salvation Army, and I figured, why not? It looks like a lot of fun, and if I could find vintage like Mario, Pac-Man, Mega Man, Bomberman, all that stuff, I'll pick it up, even if it's PC. So picked up 3 PlayStation games. First one I picked up was Madden 2002. I found this at a Salvation Army, probably one of the very few, if ever, PlayStation games that I've ever found out in the wild, at like a Salvation Army, a thrift store, something like that, so I grabbed it. Also picked up Marble Master. I like these type of like puzzle games, and Puyo Puyo, Tetris, Dr. Mario, Marble Master, and yeah, it looks like a lot of fun. So glad to grab that. I think that was only like $3 to $4. And then Warriors Might and Magic. Apologize for the glare and all that, but it looks very interesting. It looks like a lot of fun. I did watch some video play of this and got a bit of the story. It does look like a lot of fun. I ended up getting that on eBay for roughly about $7 or $8. So now we'll go over here. I did get into another system, collecting for it and playing it. I did grab, I believe, 1 or 2 last time. I really kind of dove into it this time. I ended up getting a Warhammer Battle for Ultima on the PSP, and that one was like $10 on eBay. And then I got Iron Man on the PSP. This is a video game, not the movie. I think I ended up getting this for like $2.50 at a Salvation Army. I got the Fast and the Furious. This looks like a Tokyo Drift style one. Got this one for $2.50 also. Or was it $3? It was $3, my bad. Those two were $3. And then I've got this one. I believe this one was like maybe 10 to $15 on eBay, and that was God Eater Burst. So really kind of went into the PSP system this time, and this is a Japanese version. So, and then probably the one that I was most excited to find was one I have been looking for on, I believe, the original Xbox, but it's extremely hard to find. And when I saw this one, I figured, why not grab it? And that is Blood Bowl on the PSP. This is a Warhammer football game, and from what I hear, it sounds like the most boring thing ever, but it could also be a lot of fun. It's pretty much a bunch of nerds going, okay, we have permission to give a football game. All right, well, we'll make it a turnstile Warhammer game and make it more about strategic than throwing the ball or running. Less about athleticism and more about mental power. And we'll get back to the jocks that way. And you got Blood Bowl. So, looking forward to playing this one. So, I did get one Switch game. I actually went to a little get-together where a bunch of dealers got together and sold video games. This one is Axiom Verge. I think I ended up paying like $20 for this. And it looks well worth it. It looks like a Metroidvania type game, and I'm all about it. I've heard it's really good, and people have said that it was well worth the $20. So I picked up a couple of Xbox One games. First one being Resident Evil Biohazard. I'm really happy to get this one. This one was on my list of wanting to get. Really look forward to enjoying that. Then I have Warhammer End of Times Verminted? I have no idea. I know I have the second of this series, and now that I have the first one, I can dive into it. I got this one and a deal with the next one, and it is Mortal Kombat XL. This has Jason, it has the Terminator, Leatherface, Alien and Predator, and just a lot of other characters that you could download and play as. And they had me at Alien versus Predator. I also got that one with this one, Dying Light. Never played this, but it looks like a kind of like zombie horror game. And they had me at zombie horror game. So, and the last one of the Xbox One was Mother Gunship. I've never heard of this. From what I understand, it sounds like a lot of fun. Pretty much you build a mech or a little fighter, and you take on hordes of enemies, and you could build your weapons up and just to take out more hordes. And literally this is the only thing that stops you from making a weapon or a gun is your imagination. So really looking forward to play this. Definitely gonna give it a try, and if I sound horrible, it's because I feel horrible. I've actually been sick for about a week, so I've been having kind of a really bad problem with like nasal and all of that. So picked up a couple of Xbox 360 games. The first one being Quantum Theory. Now this one is a Japanese version of, from what I hear, Gods of War. Or not Gods of War, Gears of War. And the only problem is they didn't do as well, and some of the mechanics were left out, like the gun reloading mini game. But you can pick up a very cute Japanese girl and throw her at the enemy, and she stabs him with a sword. So that's a plus too. Now, normally I wouldn't have bought this, but nostalgia hit me huge with this one. And this one is NBA 2K11. But if you look right there, there's Michael Jordan and his tongue. And if you grew up in the 80s and the 90s when Michael Jordan was absolutely freaking huge, and the Bulls were on fire with Scottie Pippen and Dennis Rodman and Michael Jordan, and the league was literally just filled with people who were extremely good. That was the time and place to play basketball and to be a basketball fan. I'm no longer a basketball fan, but Michael Jordan brings back all those flooding memories of collecting cards with my dad and watching a few of the games and just watching, everything, including watching Space Jam, where they had like Muggsy Bogues and Patrick Ewing and Charles Barkley and Larry Bird and all those guys, be in the movie and all that. That was so cool back in the day. So the next one that I got this at the video game get together, and that is Still Life. Don't know too much about this. I know you're a detective who's currently trying to solve a murder, and it looks very interesting, and it could be pretty good. I've heard it's pretty good. So next one I got was Second Sight, and if I remember right, Second Sight and Still Life, I think all three of these that I got at the convention or that get together were complete. Yep, were complete, and all were in like really good condition. The third one being Robotech Invasion. This being either a sequel or a prequel to the original Robotech that I know, and you're pretty much driving either mechs or motorcycles that looks like you wear. Yeah, that could be interesting. So, and also got this one. This one is also complete, and that is Demon Stone. If you watched, I believe, last month or the month before that, you'll know I got the strategy guide. So I decided to get the game and see what it was like, see if it was worth playing. So I do have one more, and I did end up getting this at that same swap meet and all that, and that was Eye of the Beholder for the Super Nintendo, the only true retro game that I actually got. So really happy to get those. Well, guys, that is my haul for November. Thank you for watching. If you guys have any questions about the games or anything else, any of the stuff you see behind me, please let me know. Please ask, and I will do my best to get back to you. And I appreciate you guys watching. Have a good day, and just enjoy the weather, because right here it stinks. So see you guys later. Bye.